And here is the devastating headline. Email proves King Charles was warned about his brother Andrew's secret deals. Now, this has major implications.
For 6 years, the narrative was simple. King Charles was the reluctant enforcer, the brother who finally did what had to be done. He stripped Andrew of titles, evicted him from Royal Lodge, issued statements supporting the police. He was cast as the reluctant hero, cleaning up his mother's mess. But what if the king wasn't just the cleaner? What if he was the one who was warned and did nothing? This is the revelation that changes everything. A bombshell email sent in August 2019 directly to the then Prince of Wales, a whistleblower with detailed knowledge of Andrew's business dealings, warning that the royal family's name was being abused, warning that Andrew was entangled with a controversial millionaire financier named David Rowland, warning that Andrew's actions suggested he considered his relationship with Rowland more important than that with his family. And now, with Andrew arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, the question echoes through every palace corridor. What did Charles know, and when did he know it?
Because there is still so many questions to be answered with the king, because obviously how much may have he known even about the Virginia Giuffre payment and what was involved there? And have they at any stage been sort of shielding and protecting his younger brother? And
welcome back. Let's start with the document that has shattered the king's carefully constructed firewall. In August 2019, an individual with detailed knowledge of Andrew's business activities sent an email to the then Prince of Wales via the royal family's law firm, Farrer & Co. The message was explicit. It warned of misuse of the royal family's name by David Rowland, a controversial millionaire financier. It stated, and I quote, "The actions of His Royal Highness the Duke of York suggest that he considers his relationship with David Rowland more important than that with his family." The whistleblower then sent a second email, this time directly to Rowland himself, copying in Clive Alderton, Charles's private secretary, and Mark Bridges, the late Queen's solicitor. That message was even more damning. The evidence provided unequivocally proves that you have abused the royal family's name. The email further alleged that Rowland paid HRS, the Duke of York, to procure a Luxembourg banking license for his private bank, Bank Haviland, and included what were claimed to be Andrew's bank account details. This was not a vague rumor passed along at a dinner party. This was a formal warning delivered through official channels to the heir to the throne. It detailed specific financial arrangements, named specific individuals, and made specific allegations about the abuse of the royal name, and it landed in Charles's inbox 6 years ago. So, what did Charles do with this information? The palace, when approached by the Mail on Sunday, declined to comment, citing the ongoing police investigation. A Buckingham Palace source said that given the investigation, it would not be possible to give any comment on the whistleblower's email, adding that any relevant material should be shared with the appropriate authorities. The newspaper has offered to share the dossier with Thames Valley Police. But here's the problem for Charles. The email proves he was warned, and the allegations in that email are now central to the criminal investigation that led to Andrew's arrest on February 19th. Andrew was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, an offense carrying a potential life sentence. The allegation that while serving as the UK's special trade envoy between 2001 and 2011, he may have shared confidential government documents and allowed private businessmen to effectively join in with his official duties. The Rowland connection is now at the heart of this crisis. Emails show that Andrew repeatedly alerted Rowland to business opportunities arising from his trade envoy work. Rowland and his son Jonathan joined Andrew on official trips to China and former Soviet states. Andrew invited Jonathan to a meeting at Buckingham Palace attended by the UK's ambassador to Montenegro to help boost the Rowlands' business ambitions. The ambassador put government staff at the Rowlands' disposal, while Andrew gave David Rowland his schedule for a trip to Montenegro as UK trade envoy. A British diplomat in Moscow even wrote to the Rowlands, calling the palace event a great success and connecting them with the British embassy in Belgrade, writing, "If there is anything the commercial team/embassy can do to help, please do not hesitate to contact them." This is taxpayer-funded diplomatic infrastructure placed at the disposal of a private businessman because of his connection to a prince. The financial ties are equally damning. Rowland once gave Andrew's ex-wife Sarah Ferguson £40,000 to help clear debts. In 2017, he paid off a £1.5 million loan for Andrew. Andrew reportedly described Rowland to Epstein as his trusted money man. And then there is the Epstein connection that ties it all together. Andrew once told Epstein that Rowland was his trusted money man. The whistleblower email alleged that Andrew used an official trade mission to help strike a multi-million-pound deal for his business associates, including Epstein, to sell oil to China with the hopes of making tons of money. This is the web that Charles was warned about in 2019, a web of private business deals, diplomatic access, financial entanglements with a convicted sex offender, and the systematic abuse of a public office held in trust for the British people. And the heir to the throne was told, explicitly, in writing, 6 years ago. Now the political pressure is mounting. MPs are calling for an immediate police investigation into the Rowland allegations. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philip stated, "These explosive new Moss findings are shocking but not surprising. The police should investigate them at once." Shadow Foreign Secretary Priti Patel said, "Each day, new revelations appear, and they are all horrific. Police investigations into these Moss revelations are urgently needed." Robert Jenrick, Reform UK's Treasury spokesman, added, "The police must investigate the latest revelation urgently. No stone must be left unturned to establish the truth." There are growing calls for the government to introduce legislation to remove Andrew from the line of succession, where he remains 8th. Defense Minister Luke Pollard said stripping him of his right to succession was the right thing to do, regardless of the outcome of the police investigation. American attorney Gloria Allred, who has represented 27 Epstein victims, has urged the King and the Prince and Princess of Wales to give statements to police. King Charles and all the members, really, of the royal family have said that they support the victims. The best way is for them to also do interviews with the police if they are requested to do so, or they could volunteer to do so. I would respectfully request that they speak out about what Andrew might have ever told them about his role with Jeffrey Epstein. The King has, through his office, stated that he stands ready to support the police investigation. A palace spokesperson said that the King has made clear, in words and through unprecedented actions, his profound concern at allegations which continue to come to light in respect of Mr. Mountbatten Windsor's conduct. While the specific claims in question are for Mr. Mountbatten Windsor to address, if we are approached by Thames Valley Police, we stand ready to support them, as you would expect. But standing ready to support is not the same as volunteering information, and the question now is whether the police will seek to interview the King himself about what he knew in 2019 and what, if anything, he did with that knowledge. The monarchy has survived wars, divorces, and scandals beyond counting, but this is different. This is not about a wayward prince who made terrible choices. This is about a system of knowledge and silence, a warning delivered to the heir, buried in palace files, and ignored until it was too late. The email proves Charles was warned. What it doesn't prove, what may never be proven, is what he did about it. Thanks for watching.